One of the most important roles you play on your spiritual journey is in clearing your karmic family lineage, which can go back from generation to generation. It's a subject I often speak about with clients as they have experienced trauma and abuse through their family dynamic. So it's really essential for you to explore your family lineage so that you can release yourself from the abuse, neglect, and the pain at which you've gone through, but not only for yourself, but also for your future generations. And if it's not in your direct family, maybe it's with your siblings and you allow yourself to drift away from them, the lessons will be passed on to them as well. So it's really essential for you to explore what wounds or karma are held within the family so that you can release any wounds that may be passed on to future generations if you were not to heal. Now, this is quite a difficult subject to speak about, as I've noticed a lot of people within the spiritual community seem to neglect this subject. And often it's because they haven't experienced, some form of neglect and abuse in their family. And I'll be honest with you, I've experienced emotional abuse in my family, and I've experienced a lot of pain, and I've gone through a lot of healing, which has been essential for me. But I often find that people find it difficult to disconnect and release from their family because we've been taught through our conditioning that family are that deep bond that we can't release from. And I remember a saying, it goes back many years, that blood is thicker than water. And obviously with that saying, it's said that family are more important, than other people in your life, your friends, your co-workers, and even those other people at which you connect with. And what I will say is I personally believe this is one of the most toxic statements out there with regards to, keeping the family bond and the unit together. Because I really do believe it's important to, cut the ties and break free from your family. But again, not to pass blame onto others, but so that you can free yourself in many ways to begin the process of healing and self-love, but also so that those people that are abusing others and are causing harm have the opportunity to reflect on the things at which they've done. Because when you're in their company and you are doing the day-to-day things and getting along with them as best you possibly can, you're not giving them the opportunity to heal and grow. So sometimes you really need to cut the cord. And when you cut the cord, sometimes you need to move away and find yourself. But as with everything, when you go into the deep dark forest where there is no way or path, that is where you begin to find yourself. And this is really important for you to do, on your own terms and in your own way. But speaking about karmic family lineage, it's really important for you also to take an honest look at your parents, let's say. And as you take an honest look at them, you can look at the wounds that they have within them. And as you begin to look at those wounds, you may then be able to recognize those wounds within yourself. Because as I've mentioned, they've been passed down from generation to generation. And with this in mind, it's not about passing blame onto your parents. Not about doing that at all. It's about noticing the wounds that they have, noticing potentially the abuse that they've placed onto you. And as you begin to do that, then you can begin to heal, as I've mentioned. But so many of us like to view people in the best possible light. And I'm very much the same. I want to have beautiful connections with people, harmonious relationships, because I believe that's when we begin to grow. But if we are in situations where, we are experiencing pain or abuse, or we don't feel we're being loved or appreciated in certain situations in our lives, then this is only causing ourselves harm. So this is when, as I mentioned, you need to remove yourself in order to find yourself. And this is where you will begin to spiritually evolve and connect with who you truly are. Now, I know this will be difficult and challenging not only for yourself, but also for other people in your family who may not understand what it is you're doing and why you're doing it. But it's really important for you to honor your own path and do your own thing. Because if you're not doing that, again, you're only harming yourself. And another thing to mention here is that the more we prolong this and set it aside because we don't feel that it's causing us too much harm, or we don't feel it's too much of an issue, the more we do that, the more it tends to build up. Like with our shadow, the more we ignore our shadow, the more we ignore those things that need to be seen, the more they begin to build up in our mind, in our life, in our reality, and in many different ways. So you really need to be honest with yourself, the experiences which you've gone through, and also your shadow aspects and those wounds at which you feel. Because if you find that you're connecting with family and they are bringing up those wounds and that pain within, you really need to set that boundary and say, this isn't acceptable for me anymore. You know, I need to, distance myself from you because, even just being in the same company is causing me to feel, very much disconnected, or bringing up, certain types of pain. So you really need to be honest with yourself in order to disconnect and do what's right for you. It's all about self-love and healing. And finally, within this video, I wanted to mention soul family, because towards the beginning of this video, I mentioned that statement, blood is thicker than water. Well, what I've come to realize is that on your spiritual journey, you may disconnect from your, blood family, so to speak, in some way or form, or even just some members within your blood family. But what you will also do as you connect with your spiritual journey and path, you will connect with your soul tribe, your soulmates. That could be soul family, soul friends, soul lovers. And these are the people that will deeply resonate with you. You almost feel that unconditional love vibrating between the both of you. And these are beautiful and harmonious relationships that will help you heal and grow, and that will help you, more importantly, embrace that beautiful and divine love within you. So that's a really important learning there as you move away from your blood family, let's say, that have caused pain and abuse in your life. You start to build that soul family that give you that beautiful and unconditional love. So there are my thoughts and perspectives on clearing karmic family lineage. And I'm actually going to be speaking about this in much more detail on Thursday within my shadow work sessions on Insight Timer. And that will be live at 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time and 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you'd like to join me on that session, you can find a link below this video, and I look forward to connecting with you there. If, however, you would like any personal healing, then I would love to support you on your spiritual journey with that as well. I do provide shamanic healing, as you can see with my drum here, to help you really get to the depth of your shadow and wounds so that you can begin healing and loving yourself. Because, at the core of healing, I do believe it's all about that self-love. But within the shadow work sessions and the personal shadow work sessions, we also work through karmic family lineage so that you can release any patterns that may appear on your matriarchal line or your patriarchal line. So with that, I will say thank you for listening. Take care, much love, and I do look forward to connecting with you in another video very soon. Bye for now. Awaken your soul pathway and shift from self to soul. Download our free app on the Google Play Store, where you can disconnect from your mind in order to reconnect with your